Welcome to Smack Talk. I know that Survivor Series is tonight. It's literally like an hour or so away. But unfortunately, this kind of made me feel like I had to make this video today. I had an off day, wasn't that great, didn't sleep well last night, boo-hoo me. Wasn't planning on making this video right away, but nobody's going to watch this tomorrow when I'm going to have to be talking about Survivor Series. So let's just kind of get into this quickly because there are a few people, very few, but there's a few, that look to me to kind of get all the highlight recaps and fill in the little blanks that the website doesn't cover. So the show didn't open up like this with a leg drop from Damian Priest. Okay? It didn't work out that way. We had Charlotte, Bianca, Shotzi, and Becky Lynch. They opened up the show with a promo about War Games in the middle of the ring. And then Bayley came out talking trash, calling the crowd idiots, because, that's a real original, how she says it at least. And she came out alone, which was kind of surprising. And then backstage, when she went there and she ran into Damage Control, he was all like, hey, do you guys see that? Yeah. And all of Damage Control was looking at Bayley going, okay, so we think for the challenge for tonight, because they're doing a tag team match, they're like, you, Bayley, should be in it. And she's like, oh, great. With Asuka. And Asuka gives her a little hug, and she's like, they're not ready for us. And Bayley looked nervous because I'm telling you, there's something going on. I don't think they're doing this just to make you think there's something going on. Eventually, I think something's going to implode. And a Bayley babyface, honestly, I miss that. I don't like her as a heel. I'm not saying she's not good. Don't like it. That's it. Judgment Day versus the Street Profits with no Bobby Lashley at ringside or coming out. He was seen, though, with B-Fab. Yeah, in the back, watching onto the match on the TV. They did lose, and then obviously Bobby Lashley was a little bit angry. Definitely wasn't happy that the Street Profits lost. I kind of don't like that angle where he gets like so angry, and I still want to know where Omos is and where MVP is. Just a whole like hurt business. I would love to see that whole thing go on again, but whatever. And I prefer Bobby Lashley as a face, but it is what it is. Okay, so this was a great match, just really, really solid match, and it had the E in WWE. Now, before we get into the Kevin Owens thing, backstage there was tensions with Charlotte and Becky, all because of Charlotte talking to Pierce about setting up the plan and all this kind of stuff, and Becky saying, what, you don't trust me, because they have like a lot of history, between one another. They don't like hate each other. They're just kind of, sort of like the whole thing, like I said, with some of the other members. Just because you're both face or both heel doesn't mean you're all like, yay, this is all, hunky-dory kind of thing. And then there was a vignette promo with Dragon Lee, the future of Lucha Libre. How did I butcher that? And I really like Dragon Lee. It's kind of rare for me to actually really like someone right off the hop when they come. Sometimes it could take a while for me to warm up to them. I just don't like a lot of people. I'm very conservative when it comes to that. Absolutely hate it, but he grew on me really, really quick. So that's really cool. And then we had the Grayson Waller effect, which was cool because Austin Theory comes out looking like KO, right, in his shirt and all that, trying to do like his moves. And then the real KO came out, obviously. He was funny as always. And I really like when he goes, you're not following the rule. You can't say somebody's name too many times, because when you do, what happens, right? And then that's it. Boom. Because they were talking about LA Knight, and then LA Knight actually comes out. I really like the line with Kevin Owens looking at Austin Theory in his gear going, no, this is really good because I've never looked any better, right? So that was just pretty cool. And then that led to LA and KO versus whatever team you want to call them. Austin Waller, whatever. Again, I just love these guys. They're so good. Austin Theory is like unbelievably talented in the selling of the moves. Is some of the biggest things that he can do. And then, of course, KO one of my all-time favorites, just period. And then LA Knight quickly, astronomically shooting up there as well. Just this whole persona. I don't care what he reminds people of. I love it. I have such an amazing time when I watch the show. Sometimes there's going to be highs and lows, and I know a lot of people don't really enjoy the show. They speak mostly negatively about them, and that's fine because they're just not enjoying it. As long as they can describe what it is they don't like about it, it's cool. As long, if they're just like, yeah, it sucks, it was just the same old shit, but you're not really elaborating, that's the part that I don't like. Tell me what it is you didn't like. It's like, oh, okay. Oh yeah, we'll get into that now in a moment. So yeah, LA Knight, Waller. Oh, I forgot to mention Kevin Owens and LA Knight. It helps if I tell you that they did win the match, by the way. And then backstage, Bianca and Becky chat really quickly about putting the bullshit aside, with Charlotte. And yeah, there's some animosity there. So Carlito comes out and he was talking about Escobar. Escobar came out with a powerful promo filled with emotions. It was really great, very convincing. And I really, really enjoy that. Like, I'm seeing a new side of Santos Escobar. And I'm not talking about just like from the switch from face to heel again. I'm talking about like a whole new character showing those really aggressive emotions. And it's believable. He's just so good at it. And even Corey Graves, now that he's back from having his kid with Carmella there, sides with Escobar, which is gross, right? But at the same time, that's a true heel commentator compared to the likes of Wade Barrett, who would just probably go on saying that's that's despicable and all this kind of stuff. Cole as well, which I really enjoy about him, even after all these decades. Very, very convincing when he looks genuinely or sounds, because it's actually literally see him, sounds pissed off. Again, Jamie Noble. Is it? From J&J Security. Do you remember that with Seth Rollins? He's doing security, so that's really cool. And then backstage, what ended up happening was he really injured Carlito's arm there. Obviously, not really. I meant like from a script perspective. And then backstage, Escobar attacked Carlito some more. And then Dragon Lee had to come out and help. So that's unfortunate. You'll find out in a moment why. Pretty Deadly defeated the Brawling Brutes, a.k.a. the Yes Boys. And Ridge the Fridge walked away from Butch. Wow. Did not see that coming because Sheamus has been out of action for quite some time now. I don't know if he's got a real injury or if it's just story-based. But that's definitely setting up for something intriguing. I personally think if he goes solo as heel, it's going to sound rude. I don't see him. And I could be wrong because look what happened with Santos Escobar. I didn't think that was going to work. A singles run as a heel. And he's sold me on it right now. Like, he totally sold me on it. I don't know if Ridge can do that. I'm just saying that's a really big thing when you walk away from your tag partner. It's usually hard to recover from that. But again, great match. There's a couple of times like, oh boy, don't get your shoulder ruined again. Well, because they keep wrestling each other, and it's like literally the guy that put him out of action, right? And I try to seriously, I'm not trying to troll or be rude, and I'm seriously thinking, if you're Ridge to Fridge, are you afraid of giving it your all, and that something just happens, like, again, like, breaking Big E's neck? That was because of Ridge to Fridge, like, not to try and make the guy look bad, but it doesn't look that great. And then if you're Elton Prince, I almost said Elton John, do you feel some hesitation? Do you get afraid because that's the guy that last put you on the shelf, and you're not the first that he's put people on the shelf? I always watch with a little bit of anxiety, and again, it's not me trying to be rude. It's legitimately how I feel. Okay, and then we had Bayley and Asuka, right? They defeated Charlotte and Becky. Yes, that's right. Yeah, so what ended up happening was, why am I not seeing this? Bayley and Asuka Give me a moment. Oh, I think I know why that happened. Okay. Yeah, so before this happened, sorry. Backstage, Charlotte and Shotzi chatted, and Charlotte always told Shotzi, you know, you're beautiful. Don't worry about your head being shaved and all this kind of stuff. And stood by her side, and that motivated her, made her feel good about herself. And she's saying, you know what? Words can go like a long, long way. And why don't you try and see if you could do something with Becky, right? To just bury the hatchet. So that's what happened there. And then there was a backstage interview after that with Nick Aldis with an update on Carlito. And that's where he said, along with Dragon Lee coming out, that the match was canceled at War Games Survivor Series. Instead, it's going to be Dragon Lee versus Santos Escobar. Now, I'm not going to lie. I'm really pissed off about that. I highly doubt this is a real injury. But it begs the question, why are they already scripting an injury for Carlito? He just came back. Like, he just came back. It's going to be his first PLE WWE LMNOP match in 13 years. And you're just going to, like, write him off? I hope that something happens. Somebody else comes out and it turns into, like, a 2-on-2. I hope to God. I hope to God I'm going to cry. That somehow, no, that wouldn't happen. It wouldn't make any sense. But still, I hope to God Carlito doesn't turn heel. At this late in his career, I just want to, I make it sound like I'm against all the heels. I'm not. I just really hope that's not what happens. I hope Carlito stays the way he is and Santos the way he is for now. Backstage Judgment Day, we're chatting about War Games and Randy Orton and blah, blah, blah. Just very generic stuff. Nothing bad, nothing good. Just, they're going to get it. Oh, man, I can't wait for Randy. Sweet pineapple. And then backstage again, Charlotte and Becky just ask each other right before coming out for the match, are we good, are we good? It's like, yep, we're good. So they went out, did their thing, because it was Charlotte and Becky versus Bayley and Asuka, and there was an issue where Charlotte speared Asuka, but onto Becky while Becky had Bayley pinned. So there's like a little bit of like friendly fire there. It was an accident, of course, but they did lose, and then they just kind of like walked away, and that was the main event. It was a good match. I enjoyed it. Like I said, just the whole show overall, there wasn't really anything where I was like, this really sucks. Fast forward. And if there are moments like that, I mean, it can happen for people, and it's just really not a big deal. I don't understand why people get so bent out of shape when people talk shit about something. Like, it's okay not to enjoy what you saw. You just didn't fucking enjoy it. It did not entertain you. It's not a big deal. You don't even need to explain yourself. I was just saying that I enjoy when people do, so I can understand what it is about something in particular that people don't like. As always, if you like the video, thumbs up. It does greatly help support the channel. You didn't like it, thumbs down. We bend it in half. We twist it. We break off a Samoan spike from Solo Sikoa where the sun don't shine, which is totally disgusting. It's a good thing he wraps the thumb first. If you want to subscribe, naturally, that would be fantastic. But if not, trust me, I get it. There's too many people out there doing what I'm doing. Thanks for stopping by anyways. Take care, and maybe I'll see some of you in the next one. Bye for now.